Hey guys, it's Jet 888 here. It is August 22nd. It's 11:13 a.m. on a Monday. This is weird. This flight here, this plane is huge. It's a 747 by Boeing. So right now it's going 220 miles per hour, but yet it's the planned miles per hour is 412. That's sort of interesting. And here, the altitude, 1,900 feet now. The planned is 13,000. This is, the tail number is N403KZ, and that's Kalitta Air, LLC. Boeing 747-400. It's a quad jet. So it started in LAX, and then it went south, and it's doing these weird, interesting little loop-de-doops over Coronado. So this is a live coverage. So I'm going to look a little bit deeper into this Kalitta Air. Let's go look. But they're supposed to be flying at 13,000 feet, and they're at 1,900 feet. And this is our military base right there, Coronado. This is the Pacific Ocean, West Coast. There's the border right there, Mexico south, and so it's doing these interesting little joy rides, and this is a huge plane. So isn't that interesting? The airline is Kalitta Air, but the nickname is Connie. What the heck is that? Okay, so here's a little bit about the Kalitta Air Connie. Kalitta Air is an American cargo airline headquartered at Willow Run Airport. What is that? Something Township, Michigan. The company operates international schedule and cargo charter services. No wonder they're not delivering. Its call sign, Connie, is from its founder, Connie Kalitta. Let's go check out her name. But first, one more thing. So here's its altitude. It stayed at 1,200. The speed is the yellow. The altitude is the green. And look, when it comes down to San Diego, how low it's going. Look at it, even touched down. That was like at the Coronado. So here's the Monday, August 22nd, 2022. That's interesting. A lot of twos there. Departure, Los Angeles at 10:18. And arrival is 11:18. Hasley Field. What? Isn't that interesting? Why would Hasley Field, NZY, why would that be San Diego?
It averted going.
So now it's hitting that border real close there. Here we're going to look a little bit closer at this specific plane. Here's the plane, and it is huge. That's a different tail number though, 708. So I didn't see orange, but you can get a little bit of a feel for the scale, because look at this plane right beside it. Look at that scale. See this little guy? What's that say? Embryo. I thought it said embryo. That shows you the difference. Yeah, so now he's right on the border there. But does that look like a flight pattern that a 747 would take? I mean, isn't so like, just makes sense because it's a cargo plane. So maybe it's carrying something that people need. So of course that's why it's not getting delivered. Okay, right now it's 11:21 a.m. This says the Kalitta difference. We deliver on time, anytime, anywhere. There they're all posing for their picture. They deliver on time, anytime, anywhere. Oh, so maybe that's why they're delaying, because it says, well, okay, so it says they were scheduled to land at 10:22 a.m. and it's 11:22 right now, and it's going to be, why are they almost an hour off? What is going on with that? So their schedule is only 18 minutes late, but their landing is almost an hour late. Okay, we're gonna see if we can see this guy. I'm gonna go outside and see if we can. I can hear it right now. Hold on. Okay, it's super bright out for me right here, but here's this plane right here. Look how huge that is. And it just is going so slow. It's going about 200 miles an hour slower than they wanted it to, or that they said it was going to. So anyhow, this is the second loop it's made around over my house. Where'd it go? Sorry. Where'd that thing go? So maybe it just had to make a big old loop because they delayed the landing. I don't know, but delaying the landing by an hour when you're in midair, it's kind of weird. There it is mid-flight. So here are this plane's hubs: Anchorage, Hong Kong, New York at the JFK. I don't even know where that is. Cincinnati. So here is the owner. I can't even pronounce that. The airworthiness is unknown. So there it is over Coronado, our military. And that's its altitude right now. Less than 300 feet, or it says 300 feet is the altitude right now. 300 feet over our military base at Coronado. So I guess it landed. Oh, so that's NZY. That's the San Diego, NZY. So that's military. That's why it didn't look normal to me. Interesting. So the distance, the actual distance was 284 miles and it was planned for 163. How do you get that far off from LA to San Diego? So at Halsey Field, that huge cargo plane, that 747 we just saw, Connie, just did a big old cargo drop at our Coronado military base. And here is the arrival. Departed 10:18, arrived there at the Coronado military base at 11:28. But isn't that interesting, because the speed that we saw was 200 and something miles per hour and they filed it as 412, which it wasn't. And the altitude was way lower and they filed it at 1300, which it wasn't. But look at the difference between the takeoff, what was scheduled, and what was actually happened. It was scheduled at 10. It took off at 10:18, and it landed at 11:28, and it was scheduled to land at 10:22. If you're scheduled at 10 a.m. and you're scheduled to land at 10:22, it should only take you 22 minutes. But that's at 400 miles per hour, 412 miles per hour, which according to this graph, the max is 142 miles an hour is what this hit. I mean, here's their miles per hour. That's the yellow. Here it's showing the max was only 142 miles per hour. So why would they be lying about the time it took to get there? I don't get that. Here's the whole graph. Why would they be so low? Now, does that seem to play in? It just seems to play into this thing that I heard just night before last about China doing a lot of aerial, but they said drones though, but they said a lot of surveillance over the Chula Vista area, which is literally right in this area. So why would they do those big loops over Chula Vista at a very low altitude and a very slow speed compared to what they were supposed to hit? And where you're scheduled for it to only take 22 minutes to get there because you're flying at 412 miles per hour, and instead it's taking you an hour and 10 minutes because you're flying at a way slower speed. But yet they lie about the speed. Why would they do that? It's interesting, when I look at archive.org under Kalitta Air, there's a lot of lawsuits. I wonder what that is. Well, this video's running out, so I'll keep looking and see what I find. If you have any questions, here's their information. Physical address is 818 Willow Run Airport, whatever that freaky name is, Michigan. Here's their phone number. Here's some interesting articles. Kalitta Air received more than $161 million in taxpayer funds despite being described as a perfect example of a company that is benefiting widely from the pandemic economy. This is interesting. Operation Medicine in Action, a deliberate and careful mission to commemorate the multiple evacuation flights out of Wuhan, China, in partnership with Operational Medicine. The crew of Kalitta Air created this. They're taking temperatures. Interesting. I'm going to leave you all these links that I'm finding, okay, in the description. So Kalitta Air is Operational Medicine, utilizes containerized biohazard containment systems or bio units to bring contagious patients back to the United States. That's great. All right. And of course you got your little split eagle there. Well, this is just getting more and more fun all the time. Look at that. Wuhan evac team, Kalitta Air. I wonder what they're up to now, you guys. To commemorate the multiple evacuation flights out of Wuhan partnership. What are they up to now? Why are they landing at our military base right now? You know me with my anagrams, right? A lariat kit, a atrial kit, AI alter kit. Interesting. Thanks, Kalitta Air. And